Greetings and welcome to this edition of
Positronic.
I'm Barry P. Cook. I'm here to talk to you about the apparent controversy over how the DCEU is going to be handled going forward after the Flash movie comes out. Apparently, there are some folks who say they have it on authority, one authority or another, that the upcoming Flash movie is going to involve the DC multiverse. From the trailer, we know there are going to be a bunch of different Flash versions. We also know that Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck are both playing Batman in the film, so there's going to be some universe crossing in the movie. And the rumor mill is awash in theories about how this is going to affect the DCEU going forward. Specifically, I'm referring to a recent video by Midnight's Edge, which quotes a number of sources, one of them being My Time to Shine Hello on Twitter, which I guess touched off this whole spat of rumors when they said that they have seen the Flash movie and that it wipes out the DCEU or elements of the DCU up to this point, so that those elements can be replaced with new things. So specifically, the rumor has it that Batman is going to be replaced by Batgirl going forward from the upcoming Batgirl film, and Superman is going to be replaced by Supergirl, whom we also know is in the Flash movie. Of course, it's not Kara Zor-El, it's a different version of Supergirl from the comics. But that's the story, that going forward, you're not going to see Ben Affleck's Batman anymore. You're not going to see Henry Cavill's Superman anymore. You will see in their place Batgirl and Supergirl alongside the Flash, obviously, Shazam, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman. Of course, Cyborg, we already knew there was a problem there with the actor and so forth. And anyway, Cyborg's out as well. And, you know, that's going to be controversial no matter what. Batman and Superman are popular characters, and there are people that want to see their stories continue to be told. But what's got me sort of upset about these rumors is that the people who are, or some of the people who are discussing these rumors online, in print and on YouTube, are framing it as a sort of thing where they're doing it to sideline the men. They're doing it to promote women. They're doing it, in an anti-male kind of way. They say things like the DCEU instead of DCEU when they talk about this. And it just gets on my nerves because I don't think that's what it is at all. I mean, I can't say for sure that it isn't, but look, here's the reality, okay? Batman and Superman have been on screens big and small for 80 years, okay? Since the 1940s. This is not to say they've had their time, it's women's time, nothing like that. It's to say they're worn out, man. The characters are tired, They're well worn. We've seen it, And not only have we seen it, but it hasn't been great for these two characters. Michael Keaton's first two Batman movies were well received once people saw them and did well enough. The subsequent outings, not so good, with Val Kilmer and George Clooney. So what happened next in the Batman world? Well, they had the Christian Bale Batman. Now, that Batman did really well. But then what did they do? They introduced the Ben Affleck Batman. And the Ben Affleck Batman is fine, is serviceable, but they put him in vehicles that didn't really work. Batman versus Superman, tanked. Not great. Justice League, the theatrical release, tanked. Not great. Now they've got this Robert Pattinson version that's coming out, which I think looks good. We don't know how many films they'll get out of that. But that's not the DCEU. And, you know, don't forget, it's not just the last couple of Superman films that tanked. Superman Returns tanked decades ago. Superman 3, I think, did okay, but Superman 4 tanked. There was a successful Superman show on in the 90s, Lois and Clark, and that did okay. It was on for several seasons, but it was different. It was focused on their relationship, right? I mean, there's always been some sort of focus on the relationship between Clark and Lois in the films and whatnot, but this was heavily focused on them. The new Superman show that did well in the first season is also focused on them as a couple and their family. It's completely different from your standard Superman story. And I think they've just realized that Superman is a tired property, at least for now. So the folks doing the DCEU, I think, are right to retire these characters. I shouldn't say retire, to put these characters on hiatus. It's just been done, you know? Not only that, both Affleck and Cavill have been rumored to be sort of resistant to the idea of doing more standalone films as those characters, or in Affleck's case, even doing a single standalone film as the character. So what if they're not gonna stop using the characters, at least temporarily? What was the option? Recast them again? It's just not happening. So I'm not surprised that they're moving in a different direction. You know, the Snyder Cut did very well, but I think they had already, because, you know, another part of this as well, they're not going to continue the Snyderverse, and, you know, how dare they? And, you know, I get it. I'd like to see the Snyderverse continue, but I think they had already decided to move away from the elements of the DCEU that hadn't worked when the Snyder Cut was released. Batman v Supes didn't work. Man of Steel didn't work. Justice League, the theatrical release, didn't work. So I think they said, well, let's cut our losses with Batman and Superman and move forward with the characters that worked, which at this point are Shazam, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman. And let's also move forward with The Flash, which is one of the most popular characters in comicdom, which hasn't had a live action film, which is very successful on TV, even though it kind of stinks now. And I think that's a valid choice. And I think on top of that, it was valid to say, you know who's never had a live action go that we should probably take into live action because it's new for live action audiences and isn't worn out the hell to death? Batgirl. Why wouldn't they use Batgirl at this point? Why wouldn't they do something with Batgirl? Fresh territory. Not been done before. Of course they're doing Batgirl. Now, Supergirl was a movie in, I think, 1984. It was very strange. Didn't do all that great. The TV show, you know, had its ups and downs, let's say, but that did last 6 seasons on TV, which is, you know, considered a success. So why wouldn't they go with Supergirl? Now, the crazy thing is they're not doing Kara Zor-El. I'm not sure what that's about, but, you know, the idea that they want to do a live action Supergirl on the big screen doesn't surprise me. Like, why wouldn't they? They're just going to keep doing, I mean, you know, they've got Wonder Woman, they've got Aquaman, they've got Shazam. Those are doing well, but that's 3 franchises. Why not have 5? Like, of course they're doing that. And yeah, okay, they could have still had 5 if they kept doing Superman and kept doing Batman, but they didn't work. The standalone films that those characters got, or semi-standalone films that those characters got, didn't work. So the idea that maybe they're trying to put together a new Justice League, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, Shazam, Batgirl, and Supergirl, doesn't surprise me. I mean, that's the rumor, that that's going to be the new Justice League going forward. And so that doesn't surprise me. The original one didn't work. And even if they don't do that, again, I don't see why people don't understand that, of course, they're going to try to set up Supergirl and Batgirl. Batgirl already has a standalone film coming. The story goes that we're going to see Michael Keaton's Batman train her and, you know, set her out on her way to do Batgirl things, to do the crime fighting thing. So, of course they're doing that. I don't understand why people have to see shades of woke and shades of SJW in everything. Batgirl isn't being used because she's a woman and woman power and to hell with the men, let's get rid of the men. That's not what they're doing. It's uncharted territory. It's an unused character that they think they can make some money with. That's all. Same thing for the new Supergirl. And Shazam, Wonder Woman, both did great. Aquaman did great. The Flash is one of the most popular characters in comicdom. It hasn't had a standalone film yet, so that's why they're doing that. So I don't think this has anything to do with woke or SJW. I think it has to do with the people at Warner realizing what didn't work, what did work, what can we do that's new, and they're heading in that direction. So I don't know, I'm repeating myself now, but I think that's what they're doing. They're moving away from what didn't work, they're keeping what did work, and they're throwing in some fresh stuff, fresh characters that they haven't worn out yet. And there you have it. I, for one, am psyched to see the Batgirl character on the big screen. I'm happy to see a different version of Supergirl. I'm happy to be rid of Cavill's Superman and even Affleck's Batman, which I didn't think were great. I thought Affleck was servable. I thought Henry Cavill was horrible. I am super psyched to continue to see Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman and Jason Momoa's Aquaman. Oh, by the way, Ezra Miller and Jason Momoa are dudes. So is the guy that plays Shazam, whose name I forget. So this is not about erasing the dudes. I don't know. I just wish these people would stop dramatizing this in a sensational way by saying it's anti-male. That's not what it is at all. It's business. So that's all I wanted to say. You know, stop being silly, people. I'll be back with another video soon. Until then, I wish you all peace and long life.